Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a Saturday early evening episode of Ted's Booze Cellar with me, your most gracious host, Ted. It is currently 13 past 5 on the 14th of November, 2020. Now, I hope I'm finding you all in a good state of general well-being and affairs, and if I'm not, then I hope things improve for you very, very promptly. Now, today we're going to be taking a look at something a little bit different, because we're going to be taking a look at a drink from a company that I haven't reviewed from before, and that is Marks and Spencer's. Now, I don't usually shop in there, but someone gave me a gift card with a few quid left over on it, and I thought I'd get some stuff for dinner on Friday night on it. And while I was in there, I saw this little number, which is the Marks and Spencer's Belgian Cherry Wheatbeer. So I'm guessing this is going to be something along the lines of like a Kriek, which, if some of you who do not know, is basically a traditional Belgian cherry-flavoured fermented beer, which is a very nice drink if brewed properly. Now, I don't know if this will exactly be like a Kriek. I'm guessing it'll probably be fairly similar, but I've got to say I really like the labelling. It's very simple, nice, royal, regal colours of like chromic cherry and like nice golden writing. So yeah, it looks very handsome, so I'll give it a 10 out of 10 for the handsome design of the bottle and the label. Now, this was £2.50 from Marks and Spencer's, so if you do end up liking this video, then that's how much it costs, just in case you decide to give it a shot. But first of all, let's actually see what it smells like and hopefully give ourselves a good first impression. So let's give this a little snifter. It does smell a lot like a Kriek, just a little bit more mild. I think it has this weird sort of like creamy after smell that I think is quite interesting, and I'm thinking that could end up being quite a nice part of the taste as well. So yeah, it smells nice. Yeah, give it an 8.5 out of 10 for the smell. It's just not particularly strong, which isn't necessarily a bad thing though. But no, it smells really nice, and its alcohol percentage, I might mention, is 3.5, which is fairly mild for a Belgian-style cherry wheat beer, but hopefully it will still be good anyway. But first, quick palate cleanser of water. And then on to the most important part of the video, which is, of course, seeing what this sucker tastes like. So, bottoms up. Okay, so it's not quite as good as traditional Belgian style Kriek, but for what it is good. It's got a similar kind of cherry flavour as like a traditional Belgian style Kriek, but it's a little bit overpowered. It's a little bit too sweet at the finish, and it's not got quite as smooth of a texture, but generally it does taste good, and it is a generally satisfying drinking experience. The main flavour there is the cherry flavour, and it more than anything tastes like a slightly fizzy fermented cherry juice, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It just doesn't really necessarily taste like a traditional Belgian Kriek style beer. But I guess, to be fair, if you're looking for something that's kind of cherry flavoured and has a bit of alcohol in it, but is less alcohol-y or less strong than a traditional Belgian-style Kriek, this is probably a good option for you. And I mean, like I said, it's only 3.5% alcohol volume, so you need to go through quite a lot of these before you even start feeling a buzz. And generally, while I would prefer to have a Kriek and possibly even a lambic apple beer, I think I could still feel happy in getting this again in the future for myself, purely because it is just generally a nice drinking experience, and it isn't bad. It's just not particularly it's not particularly amazing, but it is above average for like concept and sort of not gimmicky beers, but beers that are sort of like based off of a different concept to most beers and other alcohols. So I feel like it could have been better, and it could have had a more balanced flavour and a much more smoother texture. But generally, for what this is, for a mass-produced, non-traditional take on a very traditional Belgian recipe, I think it is good. It is not bad, it's not great, but it's definitely above average, and I do think I would probably be happy to get this again for myself in the future. I probably just would honestly go for a Kriek over this, to be quite honest, but still, honestly, this is not that bad at all. So I'll give it a very well-earned... I'll give it a 6.75 out of 10. I probably will go out of my way to get this again in the future, but it's... I mean, there's a few things it could have done better, but it is actually a good beer. Like, it is tasty, and it's nice, and it's enjoyable to drink. So sometimes you really can't hope for much more than that. And honestly, this could have been quite easily a pretty horrid beer, and I'm actually quite glad that I'm drinking it. So, yeah, well done, Marks and Spencer's. This isn't actually that bad at all. It's actually pretty decent. So, yeah. Anyway, if you guys like this video, leave a like, share and subscribe. If you have any suggestions for future episodes of Ted's Booze Cellar, then let me know in the comment section down below. And if you have any, desire to follow me on any other platforms, I'll leave the links to my social medias and other YouTube channels in the video description down below. But until next time, I've been Ted. Have fun, stay safe, don't do anything I wouldn't do, wash your hands, take a mask with you to the shops, drink responsibly, know your limits, and I'll see you guys next time at the bar on Ted's Booze Cellar. Au revoir.